I'm Zack Farmer, and this is the Word on the Farm video blog for the week of June 27th. And this week we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to play a little true or false with the Giants, and we're going to pick out a few different situations that are going on with the team and try to decide which is actually the best situation for them. Alright, to start us off, the first one we're going to go with is true or false. Barry Zito is a better option than Jonathan Sanchez for the Giants this season. And that is false. Barry Zito is a temporary fix, but there are a lot of things going into that. There's a little bit more than just saying Barry Zito is better than Jonathan Sanchez or vice versa. Jonathan Sanchez has played with our heartstrings for a long time, and it has a lot to do with the number of walks he allows. He's the league leader in walks this season. In fact, if you look at his numbers right now, he's actually on pace to walk more batters this year than he was a year ago when he once again led the league. But once again, we're looking at Barry Zito. And Zito has, his contract aside, has not performed up to expectations in any form. He has not had an ERA below 4 since he came to San Francisco, and has yet to actually get over 200 innings in that period. But one thing that is definitely going for Sanchez is that when he is on, he is unhittable, as proven, and he has a no-hitter. But Zito also can provide those consistent starts, and it's almost a different mindset when you're looking at a Jonathan Sanchez start against a Barry Zito start. When Jonathan Sanchez starts, you're expecting great things, but then every time he walks a batter or walks in a run, you're starting to cringe, and you're like, why am I watching this? Why is he still in the game? But with Barry Zito, the expectations are so low at this point that it actually doesn't matter what he does. If he actually survives 6 innings, only allowing 3 runs, Giants fans are happy. Management is happy. He actually didn't blow up in the first couple of innings like he had a few times last season. And with that is the exact reason why you have to look at Jonathan Sanchez is the best answer for this team. Second one, has Jonathan Sanchez pitched his last game as a Giant? True. Jonathan Sanchez may be the better option than Barry Zito, but he is also the best trade bait that the Giants have. And if the Giants are going to improve the offense in any way this season, Jonathan Sanchez is how they're going to do it. And with him being placed on the disabled list with tendonitis in his throwing arm, it gives the Giants a little bit of time to figure out exactly where they could ship him, who is the best option, what hitters are there, and all that sort of stuff. And also, this could last until the All-Star break, once again, buying the Giants a little bit more time to figure out what to do with Sanchez, and also to figure out which teams are going to be sellers by the trade deadline. Okay, with the division race starting to become a little bit clearer as far as who's going to be contender and who is not, the biggest question now has to be, who's the biggest contender to the Giants? D-backs, Rockies? Now, the Rockies have all the talent, so we're going to go with them. Are the Rockies good enough to win this division? And the answer is no, they are not. That is false. The Rockies have been as inconsistent as the Giants when it comes to their offense. Outside of Tulowitzki and Gonzalez, they are a bad hitting team, and this is saying a lot coming from someone who watches the Giants almost all the time. You look at Seth Smith, Ian Stewart, who got sent back to the minors, Chris Iannetta, Dexter Fowler. This Todd Helton, who is nowhere near the hitter he once was. This is not a consistent hitting team. And you look at Tulowitzki, who went cold for an entire month of May after starting red hot in April. They don't have the consistency in their offense to go along with the inconsistency in their pitching. Outside of Chacin, they have not actually had consistency out of their rotation and their bullpen. Houston Street at the end of the pen is definitely someone solid, but he is not going to be your complete lockdown closer as the Giants have, or even the Padres or other teams in the division have. That said, I believed before the season started that the Rockies had to have Ubaldo Jimenez pitch not only as good as last year, but even better. Jimenez, I thought, needed to win 20 games for them to have a chance to win the division, and obviously at this point, that is not going to happen, and that also means the Rockies also do not have a shot to win this division. All right, now moving on to a little bit of Warrior true or false. All right, true or false, the Warriors will be better off without Monte Ellis going into next season. A lot of Warrior fans would definitely say true, but the answer is false. The fact is, Monte Ellis is the Warriors' best player, and teams do not get better by trading their best player. The Denver Nuggets aside last year, that they got a ton of talent in return, and the fact is, At the moment, you're not going to get a ton of talent in return for Monte Ellis. Everyone's talking about Andre Iguodala. There was a rumor about Rudy Gay. There's rumors spreading all over the place. But the fact is, those players do not make the Warriors better. Everyone talks about how Ellis is not a good defender, how he's not a lockdown defender. Fact is, you don't have to be a lockdown defender to make a team better defensively. As Mark Jackson pointed out in his press conference, they're going to play team defense. Look who won the NBA title this year. The Dallas Mavericks don't have great one-on-one defenders. Their best player, Dirk Nowitzki, was questioned for the longest time by not playing solid defense, not being a good defender. Should the Mavericks have traded Dirk Nowitzki just because he couldn't play defense? No, that would have been stupid. You don't trade your best player just because of one thing. It's a team concept. Defense is a team thing, not an individual. And that's the one thing the Warriors have to improve going on into next year. And the way they're going to have to do that is free agency and trades, and none of those trades involve Monte Ellis. With that said, I'm Zack Farmer, and this has been The Word on the Farm.